Welcome, everybody. It is so good to have you here watching this interview with Craig Khan. Now, I'm really excited about this interview today because Craig does something extremely special, which I'm going to get him to explain. And this is a technique that is truly capable of creating such incredible transformation in such a short period of time. It will blow your mind. So make sure that you put everything else aside, put all your distractions aside, because you do not want to miss a moment of this incredible interview. So welcome, Craig. I'm so excited to have you here.
Marguerita, excited to be here. Yeah, lovely, lovely. Yeah.
So give us a little bit about your background and what led you to doing this incredible technique.
Okay, so, well, ever since I was young, I've been having out-of-body experiences. 5, 6 years old, I can remember leaving my body and going up into out of the room, mostly from my bed when I was just about falling asleep. I would go into an out-of-body experience, leave my body, leave the house, and I would be up in the sky, and I would be up in the cosmos and just shooting up through the cosmos. And that just felt like this sort of endless journey, you know. It just kept going up and up and up and up. And then throughout my life from then on, I had various traumatic experiences as a youngster, and a lot of my thoughts and feelings on reality it was fairly dreamlike. We were living in this malleable, dreamlike reality where, you know, everything just seemed like that. I was just lucid within what I feel was a dream reality in the day, and I was very much merging my dreams with my daytime as well, you know, as a youngster. So, and then years later, after we had my daughter, I then went on to working with sound healing and just multi-instrument sound healing. I was also a bit of a DJ before that as well, underground parties and a few clubs and things and festivals. So I started working with groups. And my sound healing instructor actually said, "Oh yeah, you're really ideal for working with groups of people." So then I've started working with some old folks in like a day center place, and one of them accused me of being a shaman, and she's like, "You're a shaman." I was like, "Am I? Okay, yes, I am. All right, I agree." I didn't want to argue, you know.
Just own it, Craig. Just own it.
I just owned it. So I literally just then, about a year and a half later, started studying shamanic work and song work with a guy who had been over in Peru and working with this tribe on plant medicine, ayahuasca song work, which proved to be very, very powerful. So you could induce the same level of experience through the power of song that you could just by actually having a plant ceremony itself. So I went through a very transformative experience there. I had this giant black and white snake coiling around me, and this was just from him singing at me, you know. So
wow, so that's intense.
It was very, very intense. So I literally, and then we went. This was down in Devon, so we went up on the moors, and I had this really transformative experience there, which is amazing. And then a couple of years later, COVID hit, and I was like, so what am I going to do now? I can't really work with groups with sound healing or one-to-one. I started studying hypnotherapy online and got qualification there and became what I was told as a natural hypnotist or hypnotherapist. My voice was, as I was told, a naturally hypnotic voice. So I would be able to, you know, get people into a trance state just by telling them a story, you know, let alone actually inducing a hypnotic state, you know, with the traditional induction. So quantum jumping, or what I call now quantum shifting, which started out as quantum shifting with Bert Goldman, who's on Mind Valley, or he was, I'm not sure if he still is. He had a method that I saw I could develop with using my hypnosis skills by getting people into a deeper state of trance than was coming through on the course that I did from him. So essentially, I've moved it into what I call quantum shifting. I think a few people call it quantum shifting. There are some fairly loose methods around it online. I believe you can go on YouTube and see a few methods. Mine probably involves a lot more work around it and a lot more.
You mean with the basis of Bert Goldman's work? Do you mean?
Yeah, I think they are, but they're not using his methods. Some of them are like jump in the shower and come out a new person and visualize who you want to be as you get in the shower, and as you get out, you'll be the, you know, you can use the shower.
So they're just making it up as they go along.
So yeah, some of those, you know, and there's a lot of hype around it, I think, and I think it's been a bit of a phenomenon on TikTok as well. But they're just giving loose information around it and how you can do it, and I'm not sure it's quite as effective. So I believe mine's a bit more effective, to be fair.
So tell us a little bit more about that. So Bert Goldman, I'm sure a lot of people have heard about Bert Goldman and quantum jumping. What's the principles behind the method and the technique as per Bert Goldman?
Bert Goldman uses the principle that you could effectively recreate your reality as you want it to be. You can jump into wealth. You can, a bit like plugging into the matrix. So you plug in, boom, you're in there. You've got a program. You're running it, and you can do what you like. So you can. He said he became an expert piano player in a very short amount of time, and then he became a singer, and he did all these wonderful things, which is great. But I believe he had a lot of other training behind that prior to doing this quantum jumping technique that he's been using, or says he's been using to do all those things, which are very believable if you've got enough training behind you to be able to do those things. So
just backtracking a little bit there. So that just sounds a little bit like, wait, what? He became a piano player. So is he, with the principles behind the technique, is he tapping into like the alternate universes, alternate realities, the multiverse kind of?
Let's go back to basics. So the principle of the multiverse is quantum physics theorem. Is founded in quantum physics that there exists multiple infinite universes at a, you know, they're effectively coinciding with this one, so they're existing in parallel to this particular universe, so, and the one we're in, and you can step into one of those universes which will contain another version of yourself that you can then what's called collapse the wave function, the light wave, so what you're seeing, the observer effect of quantum physics, into particle form by simply observing it the way you want to observe it. So the other version of you in this parallel universe, in a parallel world, in parallel reality, will have the qualities that you seek to bring into this life. So the method of that with Bert Goldman is you go down a hallway, you go into through a quantum doorway, through this portal, into this parallel world, and then you find the other version of you, and that version of you will have those qualities that you're looking to bring into this reality. Now,
so the whole thing is that you set your intention, and that you're working on the
Mm.
premise that there are like a gazillion versions of you in the multiverse and in alternate dimensions and all this other crazy weird stuff. And when you do the quantum jump or the quantum shift, you're actually, when you set the intention, you meet that version of you that is incredibly rich or has a fully healthy body or is able to do some really amazing thing. And then you embody that version of you and then bring it back with you.
Yeah, well, what you do is you meet that other version of you and you ask them questions or a question that will eventually be information you retain for you to be able to bring back into this reality that we're in now. But we also merge physically, well, we merge our energy bodies because it's an out-of-body experience. So we're using our energy body that we've now induced an OBE, an out-of-body experience with, and we merge with that version of us. So this can take a bit of practice. It's not just like a one jump, one thing, but some people can do it in 2 or 3. Some people can do it in 20 or 30. It depends. So the purpose of the way that we do it is we record it, or you can continue to come to the live ones where I do it live in groups once a week on a Sunday at the moment. So you can continue to come to those, or you can take away a recording, which I charge a premium for, and then people can practice that in their own time. My recommendation is that you have the recording and you come to the live jumps as well, because what we do with the live jumps is we work in groups, and then that helps us integrate by sharing our experiences with each other.
Yeah, wow.
So everyone goes into the jump, then we come back, and then they all share. And then there's integrative practices that are involved as well, because with every spiritual practice, that especially something that involves multidimensional consciousness, we need to integrate those experiences properly so our body accepts them. And otherwise, if we're not integrating correctly, the body can just sort of kick it out and say, well, actually, no, I'm just going to sort of go, oh, no, that's foreign energy. And so I recommend some proper integrative practices so we can harness that energy more and more through the practice of coming to the jumps and having the experiences. And if we repeat the same jump or repeat the to go into the desired version of us that we want to bring in over a short or a medium or long term space and time space in 3D reality, time space, we then successfully start to bring back that energy and fully collapse that timeline into this one. So that timeline,
that just sounds almost like too good to be true. Like, I thought EFT was too good to be true, but this sounds like on a whole other level.
It's amazing. And yeah, just the experiences people come back with and share are just phenomenal. One of our group members, she didn't actually stay for very long. She was there for about 3 sessions, took away a recording. Her desire was to become a singer, and she already had a good singing voice, and she started getting bookings in Vegas, doing tours in gigs and hotels and working with other musicians and singers, and she's having a whale of a time. So
that's incredible. Wow. So it's literally making the impossible possible with this technique. That's unbelievable. It's not unbelievable, it's believable. I know it's believable. It's magical is probably a better way to explain it.
Yeah, I call it creating the conditions for miracles to happen. So we're preparing ourselves. So there's the preparation stage where we're devising which version of us that we want to meet. There has to be a lot of detail in that, and we're writing that down. And this will be in the Lionsgate workbook that's coming with the the sessions that we're going to do. So people be preparing the version of themselves they want to do by writing it down and bringing it into the subconscious mind by writing it down in full detail. So we're using, like, you know, the who, what, why, where, when, what feeling states you're going to feel when you harness this energy, you know, what that will look like, what that will sound like, even like the other senses, like your olfactory senses, what it's going to smell like and taste like, you know.
Wow, that's incredible.
Details in, and then we go into doing the sessions themselves.
That's incredible.
So yeah, we go into the jump experience through using hypnosis after we've prepared the version of ourselves that we want to visit, and then and just prior to that we have a meditation and some qigong energy generation exercises, which I've over time I kind of just incorporated it intuitively. It was one of those things I was like, okay, well, this generates a lot of physical energy, and then after a while of doing it I was like, actually, because we're generating some physical energy, the chi energy that's coming through the energy body, we're building that up. We're actually open. We start holding the energy in our hands for just a little while. And I figured that actually we're opening a portal. And through practice of holding the energy here in our hands, we can actually start to see the energy moving back and forwards. And I've actually started bringing a bit of color into that now. And I was seeing photons coming into the energy ball that we're holding in our hand.
Wow, that's incredible.
So just through that practice alone, we're opening a portal itself, I believe. And then we're pushing that into our hearts afterwards, once it's been generated. So that energy is going back into the body. We're externalizing it and then internalizing it, and then going into the hypnosis, which will be a deep trance state, and then through the quantum doorway, through the portal. And sometimes there's two methods to that as well. There's the multiple door method, or there's a single door method. So the single door method will be to repeat the version of you that you met the time before, which you allowed the higher conscious mind to guide you through in the multiple doors. So we can have that version to start with, the multiple doors, and then move it into the single door once we've met the version of ourselves that we want to really experience, that the higher conscious mind guides us to.
Wow, that is absolutely incredible. So, and you know, I know from my husband started exploring Bert Goldman's stuff like years ago. And it's pretty incredible, but you've kind of you've developed your own version, which even expands on Bert Goldman's, haven't you? Which is why you call it quantum shifting.
Yeah, he calls it quantum jumping. So, and that's out on Mind Valley. So I didn't really want to copy that so much. I was calling it quantum jumping for a while, but I think it's more quantum shifting anyway. Quantum jumping refers to a very specific process of how an atom can effectively jump from one superposition to another. So I'd like to not refer to it as jumping, because that's a very specific quantum process. This is a different thing. We're shifting our reality. So yeah, let's call it quantum shifting, I thought. Yeah.
That's incredible. I'm so excited about working with you and seeing the transformation that people experience.
Stuff, so
yeah, it's going to be amazing. So for everybody who's playing along, Craig is going to be, you're going to do it on the 8th, on the actual Lionsgate day, aren't you? So you're doing the quantum shifting experience actually on the Lionsgate on the date. So for anybody who's not aware, Lionsgate is a very powerful portal in time each and every year that spans several days and peaks on the 8th of August. So there's like, I think, is it 10 days?
Yeah, 26th to 27th to the 12th of August.
So it's more like 2.5 weeks. It's
the Sirius star system, the dog star, and it's moving out after the 8th, and it's moving out of the skies, and so the 8th is where it peaks on the energy.
And the beauty of coming to our Quantum Lionsgate event is that everybody will get the recordings of the event, and whilst we are using the Lionsgate portal energy, and it's best to listen to the recordings within that time period, so you're getting the most out of the Lionsgate portal. You will still be able to listen to these recordings over and over, so you can really extract as much goodness and as much transformation out of it as possible. And it's all about setting the intention. So from the moment, if you are interested in joining the Quantum Lionsgate event, which Craig is going to be like on the Lionsgate day, so everything that we do will kind of lead up to the final quantum shifting experience on that Lionsgate date. And then for those in Australia, it will be actually on the 9th, but it will still be in that portal period. So, and yeah, it's going to be absolutely incredible, because there's Robert, who's going to be doing his light on water healing.
Right. Yeah, I love the light
process. That's amazing.
Experience that's phenomenal. So yeah.
Oh, it is incredible. Yeah. I'm going to be doing some EFT, as well as there's going to be some sound healing recordings available that we're going to integrate into everything. So it's going to be this incredible event. And I'm just super excited to be working with yourself and Robert. So
it'll be great fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Most definitely. So is there anything else that you would like to share with the audience that will just give them, a little bit of a teaser to let them know that do not let this opportunity slide by, because it's going to be absolutely phenomenal?
Yeah, I think just this triangulation of the three energy workers coming together like this, and just the felt experience of each and every one of us as an individual is going to be absolutely mind-blowing anyway, for people who haven't experienced, say, light on water or EFT or quantum jumping. But bringing them together, the three as one, is just going to be super powerful. And yeah, we've not planned to do any more. So this is a one-off at the moment, I believe.
Yeah, so, absolutely. So yeah, at this point, we don't know. We may actually work together in future, but we don't know what that will look like, or whether it certainly won't be in this specific format. So if you are curious, then you can go and check it out at quantumlionsgate.com. I highly recommend you do not pass up this opportunity, because particularly at the moment, and I'm sure, Craig, you can speak more to this as well, is that we are in such an incredible moment in time in the history of our planet, in history of our universe, where there is such everything is kind of set up for this huge transformation that we are experiencing on the planet right now. Some are experiencing it a bit more than others. But, if you want to really shift whatever it is in your life, if you want more abundance, if you want better relationships, if you want better health, if you want a change of career, if there's a specific thing that you want to be doing that you're not doing right now, whatever your dreams are, you can set the intention around it and leverage all the energies that are converging right now for you to be able to create whatever dream life that you want. And the Quantum Lionsgate can be a powerful facilitator to help you in in achieving whatever that looks like. So, you know, Craig, what is your thoughts about what's happening on the planet right now?
Well, I think we're definitely able to tap into exponential growth. And we were talking before the interview about different technologies that are available, things that can really transform our health and well-being and spiritual expansion. So, you know, very, very quickly. And I believe that this is a energetic technology that we're harnessing and taking advantage of a time of year that allows for transformation to take place on a much deeper level than, say, other times of year. And also, we've got the full moon coming up and peaking on the 7th and the 8th, which is all about letting go of the old stuff and maybe bringing in old projects, old dreams that we've thought of in the past. And that's such an amazing timing. I had no idea we had timed it like that. So, you know, it's perfect.
Wow. Oh my God, I didn't realize it was full moon as well. Holy dooly.
Yeah, it's the full moon in Pisces, I believe. So for Australia, it's the last moon of the going into the summer months, and for us it's going into winter, but that's also transformative. And yeah, it's all about letting go of the old stuff and bringing in the dreams of the past, the old projects, and reevaluation and rebirth and renewal.
That's phenomenal. All right, so thank you so much, Craig. It is it's been such a pleasure talking to you about quantum shifting.
Yeah, really
and we'll also with this video, I will also put where you can find Craig. So is there a specific website they can go to, Craig, to find you specifically?
I'm on craigkhan.com. So,
okay, so that's CRAIGKHAN.com.
Yeah, that's right. So that website's in a bit of modification at the moment, but it's still accessible. So
it's a work in progress.
Work in progress. It's a fairly new site. So, but also if you're on Facebook, you can find me via yourself, and I'll be commenting. We're in the group. So if people want to access me from there, they can send a friend request. And I've got public events. So I've got Quantum Shift with energetic strategist Craig Khan as a public event, and you can find you via your page, and you know, maybe if you're Robert Lit, then you can get in touch that way too.
Brilliant. All right, look him up, everybody, and come and join us for this Quantum Lionsgate event. And he's going to be so incredibly profound and transformational, and I'm super excited about this event. So until next time, just stay the course, stay true to yourself, keep focusing on those dreams, because as long as you stay focused on them and keep moving toward them, you will bring them to life. So thank you very much, Craig. We'll see you again soon. We'll see you on Quantum Lionsgate.
Yeah, indeed. Excited to see you later. Bye.
Bye.